Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Fabulous Monday. Everybody get on off the weekend. Hope everybody had a good Father's Day. I did. Rested good. Took my granddaughter Bella driving in the old jalopy. She did fantastic. Watch the video, see for yourself. I didn't video the whole thing because I figured I better pay attention to her more than the video. So, but she did well. Did good. We had fun. She had fun. She didn't want to watch the video, didn't want to see what was going on. Go figure. Hey, Italian Princess, I'm feeling a lot better today. Get sleep out of my eye here. Little remnant there. Didn't come out, I guess, when earlier. Ah, itching. Itching. Hopefully, all the fathers out there had a good Father's Day. Today, I figured I would just more or less do like a biography or just talk about growing up, doing things, enjoying life. A lot of people I notice they don't enjoy life because their whole life. You take Joe Biden for example, got all those millions from graft and everything. Now he don't know where he is, let alone spend all that millions of dollars. Sheltered all of his whole life. He's had it made, so I don't feel sorry for him. And I'm sitting here with my audience, Bella and my lizard. The lizard's up in the window up there. He hasn't come out to look at me yet. He's still in the same place. Probably can't see him. Going on 2 weeks, he's been sitting in the same place. He likes to come and try to sit on Bella's lap when she's at the computer. Working on enjoying life, traveling. That's what I'm trying to do. My whole life I've been that way. I've never been one to want money. Never wanted a big place. Didn't want. I like fancy cars, but I didn't really need one. I was always trading them back and forth. I've owned some nice cars, Mustangs, Cougars, 30 anniversary Cougar, you name it, I've had them. Ain't nothing but a thing. Most of the time when I had money, I gave it away. Give it to somebody that needed it more than I did. Always had a good time. Thank goodness, my wife and I, we had 40 good years and we traveled everywhere. I took her to see a lot of things that around the eastern United States. We didn't get out west, unfortunately. I probably never get out west. I don't know. But I was thinking, when I was younger, my dad was the same way. Every weekend we'd go somewhere. We would get in the car. There was 11. I was not then, but, you know, anywhere from 3 to 6 kids. We get in the old station wagon. We go somewhere every weekend. And one trip, Dad come up with this idea of putting a box on the roof of the station wagon. He built a box where he could put a mattress in it, big mattress, a little spare room, put supplies in it. We went to a place in West Virginia called Smoke Hole, which is below Elkins, West Virginia, and close by to Virginia. It's down in the middle of the mountains with the Potomac River from a starting point in northern West Virginia down to the Smoke Hole, where it gathers up steam, gets bigger as it goes into Washington, D.C. Well, we go in the Smoke Hole and we camp overnight. And the boys, I think there was my sister and mom would get in, would stay in the station wagon, and us boys and dad would sleep on the roof in the box. Well, one night a bear come down there and we had all of our food put up, thank goodness, put away where it couldn't get to it. He was banging around all the stuff, the chairs, the pots and pans, you name it. having a good old time. Good old time back then. When we left there, we went into D.C., spent a few days, and back then you could camp on the national park. So we camped the same way in D.C. on the national park by Jefferson Memorial. Had a great time there. Went to the Smithsonian and Dry Mouth today. Had a great time camping. Great time camping. Back when you could do it, have fun doing it. It's sad to watch so many people try to make a niche in life, try to make the name for themselves, and all they are just a speck, if even that. Probably just more like a molecule, atom on the things in life. Never really come to amount to anything. They're trying to make a name for itself, look big, getting ulcers, going crazy, trying to outdo each other. And you think about it, you think, is it worth all that? Heart attacks and die because they can't accomplish what they want to accomplish. You sure have, Princess. I've enjoyed your pictures. The Wrigley and all that out there. Boy, that is fantastic. Love it. Love it. I think as a family, we need to know each other and know where we live and see what we all go through and enjoy each other instead of trying to cut each other down and belittle each other. Too much going on in life to try to tear each other down. Too much in life. We have to band together, stick together as one big family. It's just like I was telling my granddaughter, they was fighting about one person didn't want to talk when the other person wanted to talk. And I said, not everybody can talk at the same time. Well, they owe me an apology. No, they don't owe you an apology. They don't owe you an apology because they just didn't have the time to answer you right at that second. That's not an apologetical inference. They did something wrong to you, fine. But feelings hurt, something said wrong, that's not an apology thing. That's just get over it. Too many people want an apology for something when there's nothing to apologize for. It's just a fact of life. Things happen. You're going to do things that upset people and not even know it. How can you apologize for something you don't even know you did? It's crazy. And we had to teach our children that. So just before the broadcast, Sammy hung up on me because Bella didn't want to talk at the time. And I told her exactly that. So now she owes me an apology. Not really. Not really. But this is the things that grown-ups are doing. Grown-ups everywhere are doing it. I mean, it's pathetic. That's why we can't get anything done. Too many people looking for an apology. Too many people looking to make up for something that shouldn't even be a factor to begin with. This is our thing we have to do. We have to teach ourselves first and then teach our children the right way. I mean, some things, if you hurt somebody, maim somebody, do something against them, whatever, talk's cheap. That's not something to apologize. Just things that hurt and maim and robbery and whatever. That's apologetical. Feelings and stuff, maybe, but not much. Get up, get on, move on with your life. Especially family. You're gonna be family forever. Ain't nothing gonna change it. When you sit around for years and not talk to each other, shame, 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 shame. all the years going to waste, not talking to each other, not having anything to do with each other. It's pathetic. It takes a better person just to suck it up and say, forget about it. Keep on getting on. That's what we have to do. A lot of people get away from that idea. They think everybody owes them something. And they don't. We don't. Not at all. Not at all. We just have to get to the point where we understand each other, try to do right with each other, live the golden rule. Exactly. The little things count just as big as the big things. I mean, I'm finding that out even now. Well, Bella's here. She wouldn't live with him. I guess she didn't want to get in on it. But even I had to lay around with my pain and everything. She helps me. I help her. We get out when I feel good. Get out driving, talk about things. Just the getting together, the bonding. Everything counts. Everything. Spend that quality time. Just like Red Cactus is taking time off from her lives. Spend with her daughter. God bless her. That's what we should do. I haven't been on much lately because of everything I'm going through. Now I mean, occasionally I have my granddaughters with me, and I'm not going to do it, too much when they're around, as much as I would normally. We have to give our family their time, and everybody should understand. We can't live, drink, and breathe this stuff all day long. We have to get away from it. It gets annoying, it gets frustrating. And what am I going to say next? What am I going to do next? I don't have any content. Well, you know what? I've been watching, Crystal Sanderson puts out the videos of all the streamers that she knows and puts a composite up. And believe you me, some of the things I didn't even think of, she puts it out there. And I think, wow, I would have never thought of that. It takes all kinds. It takes everybody, everybody's effort to put things together, to bring things out. And she brings justice to every live streamer out there, no matter what little bit they did or how big they did. She has just that knack to bring the right touch. And I love it. I love it. And each and every one has that little bit in us that can make things better. And I guess that's the way I was raised when I was young. Large family, we helped each other. I was the oldest, so I got all the hard stuff. And whether they looked up to me or wanted to kick my butt, young ones were. I was in charge, and hopefully none of them resent some of the stuff that went on when we was kids because we were kids. We had a ball. We would prank, trick, have fights, you name it. Didn't never break any bones. But we had a good time growing up. Dad and mom always took time, to take care of us, take us places, do things. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. Poor dad worked his butt off, raising so many kids, providing for us, two, three jobs at a time. And I'd get out there, and he was with the telephone company. He was a mechanic at first, then become an inspector, motor vehicle inspector. But he'd get the job of changing license plates on all the company trucks. We would go around to the garages, and I'd get $1 for every license plate I'd put on a vehicle. So I would work the garage while he was doing the mechanics and put the license plates on the truck and change the registrations in all the trucks. And sometimes we'd have 100 there in one garage. And there were several of them around. So I was taught to work and given incentive, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Had a good time doing it. I don't know whether 5G helps or not, Princess. I haven't seen anything better than 5G. Everybody says the same thing. They don't see any increase or better anything with 5G. I have yet to see it. It sure don't help here. I live right on the edge of the signal. I'm lucky if I get a bar when I walk out the house, out from under the Wi-Fi. And it doesn't matter whether it's 5G or not. It's still the same. But as I was saying, growing up, we were always taught the principles, way to do things. Zero in the desert, yeah. So all you could do is take pictures, for sure. But they're lovely pictures, lovely pictures. And people, when you go onto one of the live streamers' page, check the community page. Most of the live streamers will put all the information about what they're doing, how they're doing it on their community page. And if they're not going to be on, they normally will let you know, or they'll come on later and tell you, I'm sorry, we had this come up and couldn't do that. So always check out their community page, their live page, their shorts. A lot of good shorts coming on here recently. A lot of good shorts. I thought my granddaughters at Disney with the bird flying between their hands was going to be a big one, but it seems like my zip line passed them. And I didn't mean for that to happen. But who knows what people want to watch? You watch bugs crawling up a tree. You watch all kinds of things. Trains, planes, automobiles, plant life. Shaz in the UK, she has the rooster climbing on her head, trying to make a roost on her hair. Very funny stuff. All kinds of stuff going on. Very good Italian bridges. That sounds interesting because what I've seen, you got a knack for that too. Beautiful pictures. Beautiful pictures. Hi Casey. Hi Janice. How are you doing? Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. I'm just ranting and raving. Not raving, but ranting. Just talking. Just general, as you say, but BS. Trying to get to know everybody. Anybody have any interesting stories? Type it up there. Come on, talk about it. This weekend, got to see Dash and Grandma on Angie's feed in Tennessee. First time I've seen her online in person. So now I can put a name to a face again. A lot of people out there we see every day online, just the name. Occasionally we'll get a good peek at them on somebody else's feed. So if you meet somebody, they interest you, point them out to everybody else. Might interest us too. It's the way we get to know each other, get the way to spread the word. That's basically what we're doing when we're talking about freedom. We're talking about the Constitution, talking about our laws, the freedoms we've lost. we're basically preaching to the choir, basically telling us what we already know. What we already know. But we need to come up with a way to get people to listen. If we can't be friends and can't be happy, can't enjoy each other, we can't teach somebody else. Hey, you, how you doing? Is it UE? I heard somebody else say UE. I'm not sure. But either way, always glad to have you. Everybody's kind of picking up their own style, their own method of the live stream. I noticed Wendy and Game Dev, they're doing the animes, and Vic, PC Vic, they're doing the game shows. But it brings us all together, brings us to a common cause where we can talk about other issues while we're doing things. We can talk about things and do things together, and make it a nicety instead of a tragedy. A lot of people just love to drag us through the dirt and bring unhappiness on us. And I'm not going to let that happen personally. I'm not going to let it happen. There's plenty of things to do. There's plenty of rallies. We can go out and wave our flags together. But we can chat, we can have fun. It's one big happy family. But we do have to get to know each other. And picked up a lot through the time I've been on. Picked up a lot, learning a lot, forgetting a lot. We all do the same thing. But all my life, I've been striving to teach my children right, to live right, to help other people. I've been a caregiver more than I've been anything else. I started out when I was younger, helping my grandmother. And then, of course, I've helped my granddaughters and my mom and dad and my brother, who passed recently. All my life, I've given up to help others and love every minute of it. Don't regret a minute of it. And I've saved money and I've lost money. I don't worry about it. What I'm looking for is just enough to live my life comfortably without worrying too much. Try not to worry about it because the Lord helps. Usually, when hardships come along, the Lord helps big time. Always comes up with a miracle. Always comes up with a miracle. That even happened this week, just a few days ago. Unbelievable what God does for us if we just ask and open our hearts. But now all I need to do is find a lady who thinks like me. And we help each other not to get rich, but just live the life comfortable. But if not, I'm fine the way I am. Fine the way I am. Variety is spice of life. That's for sure. I watched one yesterday. They were all drunk, I think. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like like watching a free for all in a bar and not being able to move on your own. It is something else. Something else. But it really baffles me that people are attracted to that kind of stuff. People are drawn to it like a magnet. And you wonder why. You wonder why. Personally, I'm not going to do it. My mustache is kind of getting over my lip and it's bugging me. That's true, you. That is so true. It doesn't help with anything. It doesn't help at all with nothing. In fact, it makes it worse because they pull against each other and start infighting with each other, and nothing's corrected. But if we can be friends and come together with one common cause, we can do things. We can do things. We're not getting it done. Too many naysayers. Too many people on the sidelines throwing rocks at us and zingers. I don't know what it's going to take to wake people up to see that we are in danger. It's not going to be too long before we won't be able to get out of it. I mean, myself personally, I'm not going to be here that much longer. We're probably way too long. The way things are going, it's going to come quick. It's going to come quick. And some folks are going to be stuck in it a good long while. They don't wake up and realize that what we're telling is right. That is so true. They go on. I don't know whether they live their lives that way, but it seems like it. It seems like all they do is a party and have fun and or think they have fun and act like idiots in public life and in private life. Shame, shame, shame. I just I saw it coming years ago when they brought out the program Big House. Everybody living in the big house and sharing this and sharing that. I knew our society was heading down the downside, and now they're trying to get us all to do the same thing by different groups, different ways of life, trying to say that their way is the only way. It is so sad, so sad. Like, exactly, exactly. Our We need to band together, quit acting like idiots, and that's what we look like. If we sit back and watch, we would look like a bunch of blooming idiots. The way we act and try to bring something around, it'll never work. The way we're acting now, it'll never work. Yeah, every now and then, something like that, good, but to do it day in and day out, and every time you come on, every time you do something, you don't change it up, you don't talk good, you don't. Uh, People cannot. I can't. constantly get out and talk about our freedom, our liberties, and pursuit of happiness day after day after day. I had to get away from it. I had to clear my head, spend time with my grandchildren, and live a good life. But we all have to take it serious. Just like today, talking about everything, anything and everything. We need to get to know each other, become a group, become a family. But if you keep talking the bad stuff day in and day out, you're going to grow like a lot of them are getting. Just plain demonic, self-hating individuals that you can't get along with anybody. A lot of the channels I watch to get a laugh out of, I don't even take them seriously. I don't participate. I don't like. But a lot of them, you won't be able to get in and see what they're doing if you unsub. And to know what's going on is good. To know what people talk about is good. Not good for your brain. For your thinking. It tends to depress you and get you down. So I'm saying we can't do this 24/7 and survive. That's why a lot of people are going down. They're trying to push it day in and day out, and they bring it to a big personal thing that they're doing something wrong if they don't go along with what other people are thinking, and that's not right. You can't bring yourself to a point because you don't think the way somebody else does that you're wrong. So you have to keep yourself in tune with your own ideas, your own opinions, your own right and wrong. And you're right, Princess. You're exactly right. We can't sit here day in and day out doing the same thing over and over with people crashing in on both sides, destroying us, trying to destroy us. We can't do it. Nobody can do it. I can't do it. There have been times I wanted to pull my hair out, some of the things I've seen and heard. How can people do this? True, boy, we don't need other people's problems in our own lives, that's for sure. We have enough problems. So it's good just to talk, to blow off steam, not in a bad way, but just chat, just talk about it. Talk about your feelings, talk about your wants, talk about your needs. And the one big misnomer is people think that live streamers are making tons of money. There is no money in live streaming, folks. If you think you're going to get in live stream and make any money, you better get another thought coming. There's nobody helping anybody in that department anymore. Those days are gone. These people that are taking the demon approach to it, they got it for a while because they're entertaining, but they're starting to find out it's not making it. People do deserve it. Are finding out they had to go out and find a job. They had to get out there and work. It's like, unfortunately, you can't depend on it. There's nothing to it. And believe me, YouTube don't want to pay. Not at all. And you have to make so much getting money off of Rumble. I have $5.10 I've had for probably a year, but you have to make $100 before you draw anything on. So it'll sit there in limbo till till the sky falls in. These live streamers, all the live streamers, they depend on viewer donation. Unless they get a sponsor, which is hard to do, you have to have thousands of subscribers to get sponsors. Or corporate will get in there and make you any money. But when it comes to what we're talking about, corporations aren't going to help. Because what are we doing? We're talking against corporations. This is all viewer funded. If they make anything, it comes from the viewer. And if they don't make anything, it comes from the heart. If viewers don't help, people like you don't help them out, they're doing it from the heart. No matter what. No, there's no money. It is very, very low, Casey. Monetization is a myth. Monetization is a myth. If you watched Mags last night, I think he went through what Rumble paid, which is very little. They keep 40% up to a certain point, and this, that, and the other. Once you get sponsored, now that's a big one, getting sponsored. You have to have a lot of numbers, and if you don't have the numbers, you don't make nothing, period. Now, you have big channels out there that are making good money. They are getting sponsored from the big corporations. Yep, individual live streamers, like I'll use myself. I'm not asking for money. Don't. I'm not talking about this personally. I'm talking about all live streamers. Aruba, Mags, Vern. Of course, he don't ask for money either. But a lot of us are doing it on our own, and we make nothing except for what people give: PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, what have you. And to tell you the truth, I've been doing this well over a year. And my income from it so far, I think, let's see, I have made exactly close to $120. That's pretty good wages, $120 in a year, over a year. I don't even know whether 20,000 views will make it. I don't know. I haven't. I've got on my ziplining short, I've got over 8,000 views. Well, that's on Facebook. That's on Facebook. I don't know of anybody. Maybe people like Oreo. He's been in it for a long time. He might be making a little bit of money. I'm not sure. I know BC Preacher. He does his job right along with his broadcasting, but they don't talk about it. When we know that Wizzy, he's got off of it. Yeah, you have to, like, you're right. You have to pump out. I mean, 180,000 subs. You have to have a good video, wanted to bring the attention. And we're not talking here. We're not talking about good videos. We're talking about info videos that a lot of people want to shy away from. They want to shy away from. 60,000 is not bad. Not bad. Number 9. How you doing, Gary? Glad to have you with us. But no, you have to really pump it out there to get money. So anyone thinking that they're going to do this and make money, forget it. Forget it. You have to do this from the heart, especially in a movement. What we're doing, this has to come from the heart, and the family of the movement have to help the people that are doing the talking. They have to help them out. Mags was in tears last night because he's trying to write his book, get his book published about the convoy, and it come to the point where he had to break down. He has to put the book as a part-time job because he has to go to work at a regular job to support the family. It's a catch-22 situation. We need that book. We need that book out. That was a job. People that write, people that publish, that is a job. A bigger job than I want to take on. And my hat's off to him. And you could see the emotion when he was telling everybody. He has to give it up, put it on the side burner, because people have backstabbed him, slandered him, talked about him. We shouldn't have to do that. There are none of us here or in any other rooms that deserve that type of treatment. Don't deserve it because they're doing one thing, trying to help everybody live better lives, getting their freedom, trying to get their liberty, keeping our laws in order of the Constitution. Sorry, let me stop my. Sorry about that. I'm getting choked up a little bit. uh, exactly, you. It's a real job researching, trying to find content, trying to get the truth, make sure it's not a lie, make sure it's 1%, 100% truthful. It is a full time job getting an information video out there. And if it wasn't for people like that, they would not get the information. It is sad the way we treat people that are trying their darndest to get us the information, get it to us truthfully and 100% correct, to be pushed aside like you're no good, you don't work. Well, there's a lot of people that don't work out there. There's a lot of book writers. There's a lot of overpaid newscasters out there on TV every day, telling lies each and every day, telling lies, not bringing forth the truth, telling what the government wants them to tell, and all they are is they're not reporters. They're talking heads. They're just puppets repeating what they're told. They don't even get it on their own. Now, they might go out and interview somebody out on the street or somebody local, but they don't go out and investigate. They're sent there. They're told what to say. They're told what to do. But we have people that are out there, out on the street every day, videoing, telling us what's going on, doing the job, and we treat them like they're common dirt. Shame on us. Speaking of news, Saturday night we had a terrible thunderstorm roll through Florida. At about 11 o'clock Saturday night, in the midst of the thunderstorm, there was a huge explosive type noise that rattled, shook the floor, rattled the windows, shook the whole house. And it was like an aftershock. It kept coming and coming and coming. And then all of a sudden there was another one. Boom! And the house shook and the windows rattled and the floor shook. It seemed like I know it was less than a second, but it seemed like forever. The aftershocks kept rumbling and rumble and rumble and rumble. Hey, and like, and I went on the news, and there was one thing that here in town there was a gas explosion at a shopping center with people injured. That news story was taken down. It disappeared. Couldn't find it. I don't know. Maybe somebody listening from Florida might know more than I know, and let me know, because everybody in the house that woke up that were asleep. But that's the way our news is. They have to have things handed to them. Eh, hope everything come out good at the Dr. Ann. Watched your video this morning. The only problem was I couldn't hear it. Couldn't hear you too good. The GPS would lower your voice and come out loud on it, so everything you said was deadened out. So you might want to put your GPS on another device while you're talking. But it was fun riding with you this morning. Hey, Malcolm, Tanya, how's the UK today? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. There is so much going on, so much happening. We don't even know half of what's going on. And not even I don't, just a small percentage. They're keeping so much stuff from us. And the only way we're going to know is for people to let people know. And that's us. That's us. We have to be the town criers. We have to be out there telling everybody, yes, the sky is falling. And it's going to come to a quick end. And it's not just here in the U.S., it's everywhere. You hear the same thing over and over, over and over, from Australia to Canada to England to France to Germany. You don't hear too much out of other countries. Basically, those a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of tales, a lot of truth, a lot of fiction. And we have to decide what's true and what's not true. The more that that's why we need reliable people telling us what's going on, what to think, what to believe. Yep. We have to depend on each other. We have to work as a family and trust each other and do everything together. Learn from other people, learn from others' mistakes. Hey, Nobby. Yep, everywhere. Wales, Ireland, everywhere. Scotland, you name it. It's everywhere. We're all involved. We are all one race, one race alone, the human race. The rest of it they try to pin on us is fictional. It's fictional. We all bleed red. We all bleed the same blood. To split us apart, to divide us the way they do is sinful. And everybody just right along with it. Oh, that's racist. That's racist. No, there's no racism. We are human. We bleed one blood, and that's all there is to it. We might have different skin tones, different features, but we're all the same. We are all the same. Now, it'd be different if an alien with a giant skinny body and a big head come in here, and that would be a race. That would be a different race. It wouldn't be human. But we don't have that. The only ones we have is the demons that's trying to tell us that we're all different. Nobody different. And there won't be nobody ever equal. Always somebody better. Always somebody worse. Everything we do is either better or worse. Never equal. Think about that as a fantasy. We live in a utopia. Never happened. Never, ever, ever will happen. But people think, oh, we can make it different. Never equal. Until we get together and decide that we can get along with each other and unite, we'll never get anything accomplished. Aliens were in Las Vegas. Oh, yeah, the ones that landed in the backyard. And says, beware of AI. Artificial intelligence, that's another story. Whoa, that's another deep story because we could use AI to help out, but when AI wants to take over us, and yeah, that's a whole new topic. A whole new topic. Oh boy, leave it to Nobby. Uh, the British. We got to get the British out of here. Yep. So everybody, if you're not aware, the British are compared to the Democrats here. So if you're British, you're a Democrat, like you know. And what are the demon rats here? In case you wonder why we're laughing. Uh, Now, I'm not aware of that term yet. Kitty kitty fiddlers. Sounds good to me. There you go. Democrats speak British. Yep, for sure. for sure. But we need to become aware. I mean, there's probably 1% of us actually know what goes on in other countries, in other like Canada, like Australia, like England, France, Germany. 1% of the U.S. population might know a little bit about how their country runs, how they run their country, how their parliaments work, how their and the same goes vice versa. They don't know what goes on in the U.S. either. We keep everybody bum puzzled. And guess what that does? It divides us. It divides us against the world, against everybody. And we're supposed to be the United States of America, but we haven't been united in this century at all. At all. That's when the Rothschilds and the British and wasn't called WEF, but the United Nations and all of it decided they were going to bring in the one world order, and they're still trying to do it. And the defense against it is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. We're breaking down, letting them have a little bit of time, a little bit here and there, and they're coming to us with a nice, good peace offering. Oh, this will be good if you do this. And we think, oh yeah, that's something. You might have a point. That might help out here. And then, bam, we get hit over the head. How'd that happen? Because we let it happen. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yep. Bases everywhere. Exactly. And we say we don't police the world, but we got everywhere. Have you ever noticed? Have you ever noticed that we say we don't police the world? We don't police the world. But in every country that there's a military base or we have our presence, that country is up on the economic ladder. Those countries strive. They build. Take South Korea. Look at South Korea. Everything comes from South Korea. All of our electronics, all of our gadgets, TVs, cars. Why? Because we're a presence in South Korea. And the more presence we have, the bigger the economics are. Think about it. We're not in North Korea. Where are they? They got some struggling like Thailand, Vietnam. We have our bases and our joint allies that benefit. Might not be as much as it used to be, but in bygone days, it was plentiful that our presence made everybody a lot better. But we're trying to bring ourselves down to their levels. And what's going to happen when we get there? That is so true. And you know, uh, I was watching, on a stream this week that Nobby's on there with me when we're on there, with the AI that talks just like Joe Biden. I was thinking about doing it on here. Thinking about doing it on here. Hey, there you are, Game Dev. Uh, Speaking of devil, Joe Biden's voice, when we know that there are doubles, maybe not clone. Hey, there you go, Papa Patriot. Way to go. How you doing? I know that was you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We can clone his voice, and we can clone his. They can clone his face, and we would never know it if he was alive or dead. It's fun to play with, but it's scary that they can get away with it. And you know, every time you see supposed Joe Biden, it's always something a little different. It's always something a little bit off. And then again, you can tell when the real one's there. So they do pop him up there every now and then to keep us confused. Just like the one when we went off stage and said, "God bless the Queen." You know that was the real Joe Biden, or maybe not. Do we, or don't we? And if he's the puppet, who's the master? Who is the master? We don't know. We'll never know. Cindy, how you doing? I hope I told everybody hi. Ask Ghost Face. I know who that is. That's an alias. Papa Patriot. I know who that is. That's an alias. Cindy McWill. I'm not sure. But wow, we are contending with so much. There's so much going on. And the idiots who sit back and said nothing happened in 2000, that we're all just conspiracy theorists, are they deaf, dumb, and blind? I would think so. I would think so because something happened and it was not good. And we have people in prison yet not even not even charged with anything. Being examples. That is so true. That is so true. Uh, we just sit back and let it happen. We don't cry foul. We get scared. We don't do anything about it. We got to stand up, shout it out, scream it out, do whatever we can. Do whatever we can to get the word out. I noticed here online, I joined the Lake Alfred community page on Facebook. I'm gonna put an advertisement in for Flag Wave. People interested. Every community is starting to pull these things together. As individuals, we should each one of us find our community, find their community page, and do the same thing. You don't have to join a big organization. We just need to band together, unite. There's several large ones we can intermix with. 1776 RM's a good one. There's a few here in Florida that are scattered here, there, and everywhere. Somehow we need to come together. I'm members with them, but I can't quite get to the people that's in charge of it. And I haven't been on top of my game at all. In fact, I've been at the bottom of my game. I have been poor, poor victim when it comes to this gallbladder. Because let me tell you, even when the national team was here, I was going through it bad. But once they left, oh, it took over. I mean, it's like it's like I've got a constant knife in my rib cage. Every time I lean over it, it catches it and pops it. And I think I told everybody I went to the doctor last Thursday. He had me on an examination table. And he took his fingers and he was poking around my belly, and then he got there by my rib cage and he stuck his finger through my bones. I jumped and screamed like a bloody banshee. I said, "You trying to kill me, doctor, or are you trying to take it out right now?" He kind of chuckled and said, "I'm sorry, but it's got to go. It's full. It's bad." I said, "Thanks for that observation." And cheers, you know. Yeah. Oh boy, howdy! And ever since then, I have not been. Friday, I tried to put on my live the day after, and I say here, and oh man, I felt green all over. I just forgot everything. I just went, I fell apart. And Bella's sitting here looking at me. "What's the matter, Papa? What's the matter?" And thank goodness she took a light on me for a couple of days. I had a ball with her driving Sunday. It stormed all day Saturday, so we couldn't get out. But I had a ball driving with her. She's a good driver. She's been practicing where she lives with her guardian, and the fellow lives with me. He has a little Kia Soul, and she loves that car. But my car's a tank. My car is a certified tank, but she did fantastic. I was a little bit scared because the steering's, not the normal easy, steering. You have to really jerk it around and tell her who's boss. And she did quite well, quite well, quite well. I was going to video all of it, but I thought, no, I better pay more attention to her than video everything. But you can watch what little bit I did on my lives. I'm not. I'm trying to read Navi's comments here. So my silence. Joe, I'll put it up here. Joe Biden and Obama, Hillary Clinton, are all in a boat. The boat sinks. Who saved the United States? I've heard something similar to that. Uh, so far, we don't have government doctors here, but they act like it. They act like it. Uh, my daughter in Canada was. I told her that my urologist. I have a appointment for your urologist to check for kidney stones, which I passed. And guess when my appointment is? November 2nd. It's getting like Canada. Is there that many people? The government is doing something to us, guys. The government is doing something to us. And I've been walking barefooted, like I say, for the EMF rays, whatever you call it. Guess what? I'm getting feeling back in my feet. All of our pickups are tanks. Somebody asked me if it was a big truck. A lady. I'm surprised she's not on. She's probably on here, uh, hiding, watching in the background. But she asked if it was a big truck, and no, it's not a big truck. It's just like a Jeep SUV, uh, Nissan Xterra. I've always wanted one for some reason. I don't know. I don't know, but I love the little booger. I call it my Freedom Jalopy. It's all decorated, all my flags, all my stickers. I've even got my YouTube handle. I've got to put on it. It looks like it's dripping blood, but it's. I thought the blood of the fighters, in the past are freedom fighters that give their blood in the past, but it doesn't really. I don't know. I like it, but I don't like it. Hold on a sec. I'll show it to you. Get everybody's opinion. Uh, Give me a little break here. Y'all talk. I'm under the bed here. Ah. I don't know why I'm wearing the headphones because nobody's talking to me. Nobody's joined in. But I'll put them back in just in case. Get under my beard. Anywho, what say you? Should I put it on or? Or should I get it in black without the blood? I'm going to put that on the back of my vehicle. I might get a lot of complaints. Who's that driving that maniac car? I sure would. I tell you what, I was in 10 countries back in 1967, and Germany was one, but my favorite was Switzerland. I tell you what, those skinny buses, and let me tell you, they got to get skinnier because we went around turns that the front wheel was off the road. I mean, it was over the cliff. There was nothing there but to the next road down below, and you ride. I would love to drive it. I would love to drive it, but you ride with your eyes either wide open or firmly closed. It reminds me when I took my sister-in-law, my wife and I took her up to Toronto to Niagara Falls, which she'd never been out of North Carolina in her life, and I took her down one side of New River Gorge and back up the other, and it's like that. It's horseshoe, not horseshoe, hairpin turns where you had to back up to get back around. You had to go in, back up, make the turn, head us straight down. It's only quarter mile down or whatever. It's not too far up. I don't. It's a long way. But anyway, she was screaming the whole bloody time. Carrie, what are you doing that for? What'd you do this for? But I had to go back up the other way. Once it got down, we had to go back up, and there she was again. She wanted to get out and walk. Get out and walk. How many of you grew up like I did in Ohio and West Virginia, where they call you by your middle and your first name and your middle name? That's centigrade, right? Right? You centigrade, yeah. Navi. Yeah, I wouldn't want that to be Fahrenheit because that's a little chilly. Anything below my age is chilly, and I've heard that for years growing up. I've heard that, and guess what? I know why now. I know why. It gets below 73, and I got to put a sweater on. And down here, if you have a central heat and air, you put your AC on 80 during the summer because, hot outside, it feels cool at 80. 17? Nope, nope, not 17 no more. Well, we got Fahrenheit here, 73 degrees, not Fahrenheit. I mean, not centigrade. Get the blooming things backwards. Ay, ay, ay. Why don't they come up with one idea and keep it? Hey, Chaplain, how you doing? Good to see you here. We're just talking about everything, our freedom, growing up, things we did. I was talking about first name and middle name. My whole life, all my relatives, except for my aunt. My aunt was named Anna Jane. We had to call her Aunt Anna Jane, and it was a tongue twister. And I was a stutterer and a tongue twister anyway. It was hard to say Aunt Anna Jane, which I finally learned to do. And I just call her Anna Jane. And she understood. Now, her girls, she would call them by their middle name, Brenda Jane and Kathy Rose. But the boys, no, they didn't use the middle name. For me, it was always Carrie Lee. And my sister, Sylvia Jane, she always called me Kitty Lee. Kitty Lee. But my name's not Kitty Lee. One time I pushed her over for it, fractured her arm. Felt like an idiot. Yeah, I got the switch for that. That's life growing up. I was watching 1883 last night. The old aunt told the mama she didn't treat her daughter right. She didn't correct her right. And the mama told her, well, go ahead, you correct her. She got up. Oh, boy. Yep, that was growing up. Get that old backhand. But guess what? We listened. We didn't die. No permanent damage. But guess what? We listened. We listened for sure. Nobby. 104 and 108 in the heat index. I hate that heat index. It always appears to be more correct. So why don't we go by heat index instead of just plain old temperature? To feel like. Never have figured that out either. If you're wondering, I'm switching between coffee and water. Seems to clean the throat out. That is hot. That is hot. Because usually the heat index in Florida is about 100. Not the actual temperature, but the heat index, which is not too bad. Not too bad because we get the evening storms that cools it back off into the 70s. Usually pretty good. So Navi's middle name is Navi Brat Noble. No, Navi Little Brat Noble. I have to remember that. Yeah, that humidity. I notice when I go up north in the summertime that the humidity is spit it out. Humidity is so much higher up there than it is here. They say it's hotter here, but when I go up there, I sweat like crazy because it is so humid. It's like getting up in West Virginia and might be 80 degrees, but the humidity is like 80 to 100%. It's like, you're dripping. Completely different situation, completely different story. I guess it's what you get used to. Because you hear it's better here, better there, better in Arizona because it's drier. It's hotter in Florida because humidity, but it's hotter with the humidity up north to me, and I'm from Florida. Humidity has a lot to do with it. a lot to do with it. Oh, excuse me. A lot to do with it. It's kind of humid here today. I can feel it. I feel sticky, even with the AC going. As you can hear it in the background, it's a windy unit. You got to check out you. You take it easy. Good having you. Love having you with me. You take care of Germany for us. We'll try to help you out. We all got to come together. All got to meet. Save the world. God save the world. We need his help tremendously. You don't use that, Ann. I just made my youngest granddaughter mad because if you missed the beginning of it, she called me right before I come on. She wanted Bella to apologize for not wanting to talk to her at a certain time. I said that's nothing to apologize for. She just couldn't help. She couldn't talk. That's not something that deserves an apology. We need to teach our children the right way. If she got mad on me, she hung up. She hung up on me. She never done that before. But anyway, she owes me an apology. Not, not. We got to get our kids to grow a thicker skin because things now you either got to please everybody or the heck with you, and that's not the way it is. We grew up rough and tumble. Like I'm back to the 1883 program I watched last night. Guy stole his wallet. He just pulled out his gun and shot him in the back as he was running. My partner here, he said, that's the way to do it. We need to go back to that. Somebody does you wrong, do them wronger. It might come to that. They keep messing with our police department and everything and our laws, letting people out. Oh, last weekend it was my sister's birthday and they went camping. They took their camper out, went to springs in the woods, went camping. But while they were gone, three hooligans broke into their house and stole everything they could steal: guns, ammunition, safes, lockers, you name it. They took it. But thank goodness one of the boys' mother saw that her son had stored a bunch of stuff in their garage like that, and they recovered most of it. But they tore the place up. I got a video, and they just totally demolished the place. They'd have got their big TV, but I guess they couldn't haul it or carry it out. And she has her brand new Mustang sitting in the garage. And thank goodness she had all sets of keys with her. You take it easy, Ann. Good having you with you. I enjoy riding along with you. If I can just happen to be there when you're taking your rides, you and DC Joe have a good time. I know you're all separated now, but he was on here. I haven't seen him recently. But y'all take care. Good luck. Everybody pray for our national team. Kentucky, DC Joe, all of them out there fighting the fight, trying to bring in recruits, build the movement, get it going. Doing a fantastic job up in Tennessee with Angie and us and Grandma. And I went brain dead. Everybody's a mama. Sorry about that. Y'all know who I mean. The lead in Tennessee. That's a mouthful, Navi. That is a mouthful, but it is so true. That is so true. I was thinking about that the other day. All the stuff we eat, the prepared foods, and all the chemicals they put in there to make it last longer, but they don't concentrate on nutrition. Heck with the nutrition, keep it on the store shelves longer. Put the poison in it. We got Taco Bell. Bella loves Taco Bell. And I tell you what, that was a sample size. Hey, it shrank. It ain't been that long since I've been to Taco Bell. It's probably been a little more than 6 months. There you go. Oh, I love Ohio. That's where I'm from. That's where I was raised, West Virginia and Ohio. But we lived in Ohio, in Canton. And I'm going to give them all a few names up there that I know that probably will join. I've been talking to them, and they go on my streams and they participate. But yeah, hopefully we get a lot of people in Ohio and West Virginia. I got a lot of people up there, a lot of friends, a lot of patriots. It might be someone watching here today. Don't know. They come and go. But I tell you what, I enjoy these chats. I enjoy talking to everybody. You doing big time there, Ann, in Ohio. And I have to get together a list and let them know that y'all are gonna be there. But that's I graduated in Ohio, and I still talk to a lot of high school friends. Everyone is still alive, and got a pretty good following up there. Medically, medical treatment. We will as your movement, Navi, or as English. I don't understand. Is that what you're fighting for, or is that what they want? Because here we have things here. I showed a few times the vitamin I'm taking. It's a wormer. It's a wormer, but people swear it works, and I've had a positive result. And 6 months later, after taking it, I got negative. So could be something to it. A lot of stuff we hear of, read about, research, there's things to help us out there, even as far as our old weeds and stuff. A lot of stuff out there is beneficial to our lifestyle, and you wonder why they try to steer us away from it. Just like a common dandelion. Okay, so that is what you're fighting for there in England. Very good, very good. We need to do that everywhere. We just ah it the stuff that we put in our bodies and the medicines we get that makes us worse. Exactly. If y'all haven't checked out the what Nabi has posted there, they have a lot of good ideas, and we are connected from history. We are all part of it. And let me tell you, there's some good ideas coming from other countries. Very good ideas. Research it, look at it. I've got some of it on my page. in the community section. Read it, look at it. I really like the idea if we could pull it off somehow of having a negative vote to who's running to tell them if they counted it that we are displeased. We would not have to go to the Capitol and protest. We could do it by our vote. Heck, we could do it by just sending letters we don't approve to each and every one of our sitting legislatures and senators. We need to do that daily. We don't approve of what you're doing. Let them know. Maybe they'll get a clue. Maybe they'll change. As long as we have lobbyists and people that pay them money to look the other way, I don't know what else we can do. I don't know what else we can do. We have to talk about it, let people know. Let them understand the dire situation that we are in when our food is tainted. Our liberties are gone. Excuse me, sorry, I do that. All part of the problem. Sorry. Excuse me. But we have to educate. Tell it everywhere. Very good, Navi. Sounds like it's growing, and it needs to grow. You get people out there, get them interested, get them excited. The same here, same everywhere. We have to get the excitement in it. Go out there, call them, write them, email them. We don't approve. Let our people go. And my daughter, my oldest daughter in Nova Scotia, told me yesterday, Dad, you're starting to look like Moses. And I laughed. Then she says, where's your 10 Commandments? Ten Commandments. Moses did that. Well, you're Moses. No, I'm not Moses. But let our people go. Like Moses. Let our people go. This has gone far enough. Gone too far. Tell them, let our people go. We don't approve of your legislating. They should be worried. They should be scared. Because it's we, the people, not them, the legislature. Constitution, Bill of Rights says, we, the people of the United States. Not them, us. And we're losing it. We're giving it away. Hand over fist. All the taxes, all the licenses, all this, all that. Thousands upon thousands, millions of pages. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Navi. Very good. Good morning, Wendy. How you doing? How you doing? Glad to have you with us. But until we get back to the we the people, we're going to lose. So get out there by whatever means we can. And I'm slacking. I haven't done in the last few weeks what I should be doing, and I apologize to everybody. I apologize big time. But we need to be excuse me, every day, first thing, shoot out an email, make a call, make a text, make something to these dummy people in Washington running a crappy ship, trying to bring us down. Whoa. Let me bookmark that on my phone. Oh shoot, it didn't do it. I don't know it. I had to cut and paste it. I can't cut and paste it here. Baloney. Nabi, send that to me at Carrie's Musings at Proton. Carrie's Musing, just like my name. Send it to me. If y'all want to communicate with me, you can send it to my email at Proton. That's all for this. Nothing else. No sunsets till Wednesday. But doing sunless sunset tonight. Oh, you're going to play. Oh, you're going to play. Oh, okay. You'll have to watch Nobby and Wendy. And I haven't got into it because my granddaughter's been sitting at my computer and I haven't had much access to it. So I haven't joined in on it. It looks like a lot of fun. I pulled up the AI. I pulled up the fancy text. I'm surprised I haven't done it on this using my fancy text. Let's see if I can do that real quick. Bear with me. She'll be sitting here and the lizard will get on her lap. I don't know if I like this one or not. Anyway, you go to fancy text generator, and you go back over to your page and you put in remarks, and it puts it up the way you want it. Pretty nifty. You learn something new every day. I love that. You can do it in all kinds of different fonts, different ways. Just go on your computer. I don't think you can do it on the phone. If you have a computer or laptop, just pull up the page, search for fancy text generator. And they have different ways to do it. Just highlight it, copy, come back over and paste. And you can do it different forms, different styles. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Look at all the stuff we're learning here. Anybody got any other good ideas? Well, Wendy and Nabi and Game Dev, they do the animes, along with the fancy text, along with the AI voice, and have a good time. So if you're not doing anything, what time you come on, Wendy? Yeah, everything's small and I can't see anyway. I'm blind in one eye, can't see out the other. There it is. Ask Ghostface. He gets on there and all kinds of weird stuff. And I love his laugh and his voice AI. Yeah, the sinister stuff. The sinister stuff. No wonder he goes by so many aliases. Ghost is back. Yeah. That's 8 p.m. Arizona time. That'd be Mountain time, so it'd be 11 Eastern, 7 Pacific, and mountains and Central in between there. And Nabi started off. Yeah, he did with his Count Dracula. Nabi and his Count Dracula. That's what I'm saying, folks. We need to get together. learn each other's styles, learn each other's ways, get together as a family, and know who we're talking to, what we're talking about, how we're talking about it. Because all the other, we're preaching to the choir. We have to do our things with other individuals. It's not on, and then occasional people, you don't do. I don't do fancy things. I think he started that too. Love you, Nobby. Yeah, my English brother. Have you ever heard of Brian Chatton? He used to play with Bill Collins. He's English royalty, not English royalty, but he's rock and roll royalty. Has his book out. He wrote "Want to Be a Cowboy." Good friend of mine. But, yeah, I've got some of his stuff on my page. Fine bloke. Yep, good friend of mine. He's out in L.A. now. I haven't seen him in 3 or 4 years now. We closed the bar one night back in my drinking days. We closed the lounge that we were playing at, and Bill Collins is bald, but Brian, he's got long hair like me, like I do now. Uh, not the beard, not the beard, but he sings. He wrote "The Boys to Men." Wrote the "Want to Be a Cowboy." Made a big fortune from Lone Star Steak, using it as a commercial. I'm proud of him. But we used to do gigs together and hang around a bunch. And like I said, we closed down this one lounge that was closing, and they were giving away discounted and free booze. And I got a room there, and we all, my wife and I, and he took the other bed, and we all crashed there, passed out. Didn't want to drive after all that. I think that was the last drinking I've done. It's been quite a few years. And other friend, Sonny Ferguson, he played with the Box Tops. A couple others. But I never made it famous because I'm a bass voice and I don't do falsetto too good. I just do the backup, the bass stuff. And it's getting with my throat and my lungs all congested. It's kind of hard to get the low tones out now. You got new white. You got white. You got white for making the bread. You got the flour all over wheat. White wheat. Gotcha. You got the new wheat to make the bread. Wow. Have me going there for a minute. Wendy, I love it when you do that. You kept me going. I was like, what's she saying? I guess I'm the same way too, though. I say things that other people say, "What? What do you say?" I get ahead of myself and start. Everybody, excuse me. I get excited and I do ramble. Yeah, he still has some. Yeah, yeah. He plays a mean piano, but he plays his signature is the I don't know what you call it, the organ guitar. He plays the organ guitar. A lot of stuff, a lot of videos on that. That's his crutch. Now I speak poor Taiwanese. Two finger hunt and pecker. Two finger hunt and peck. Said it right, Carrie. too far. No, I don't. That was a misspeech. Misspeech. Carrie, get a grip. There's all kinds of stuff out there, folks. We can keep ourselves entertained. We can learn about things that are going on. We can talk about everything in all these chats. You got Vic. He has his trivia on Friday nights. A lot of people here join that. Play the trivia games. We have Tommy Temper. This shows us all the information going on around the world. And he brings all the streamers up and lets them post on there. Any of y'all got streams out there you want to post them up there. I think everybody's blue. Everybody's a mod that can post. Put your links up there. We get to know each other. We can sit and chat. We can talk all hours of the night. Sometimes I get up in the middle of the night and I go on. There's hardly anybody there. Nothing to do, so I play Royal Match. A little bit, go back to sleep. Civil service test. You learning that? Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff like that. I used to teach insurance insurance stuff. Florida started a new law years ago that you had to have 40 hours of instruction to become an insurance agent. So I taught new agents how to become thieves, basically. Uh, one of my prior things. I do pretty good on Royal Match. Usually I lead the leaderboard, the championship. But a girl got over 200 wins this week. I've only got like 53 on Royal Match. Okay, thank you, Navi. I'll pull that up later. And believe me, I go through everything you send me. So if y'all want me to read through something or check something out, send it to me. Carrie's Musings at Proton. You can type it to easyproton.me or protonmail.com. Either way, it's on my About section, so you can get it there. You're doing a painting. That sounds cool. I wish I could paint. I could draw, but I just get bored. I don't know. I have it in me, but I don't know. I just can't sit still long enough to put it out there. Always burnt me up because I have a little bit of talent, but I don't know. I see it, look at it, love it, but if I were sitting down and do it, it just bores me to death. I don't know why. She sent you a novel. Yep, yep. There you go. I think a lot of people would like that, Wendy. Anything you do out there, other people love. I mean, all of you out there, if you've got something that you love and you're enthusiastic about it, get it out there. People love it. People love it. Speaking of which, coming on soon is Kelly. She does her crafts, and she does an amazing job with those crafts in a few minutes that she's on. If you're into crafts, check her out. Uh, Kelly Wyan. Let's see if I can pull it up here. I'm not too good at. Come on. Probably somebody out there could put it on quicker. A lot of patriots out there, a lot of different channels. I can't find it. Of course, YouTube likes to bury things. Way there it is. Where? There we go. There it is. Kelly's good. We also have Jamie. Made a flag for President Trump. She's trying to get to it. And of course, I can't find nothing again on it. Jim Crow. I think Jamie's from Pennsylvania. She comes on the evenings. She just talks normal, everyday stuff. A little bit of everything. Staunch patriot. We have double deuces. Everybody out there, I love getting on with double deuce and just chewing the fat. Just talk about everything. Everything. I'm not a great talker, but I like to talk to people. I love to get their side of the story and hear their opinions, everybody's opinions, because everybody's a little bit different. Nobody's the same. Everybody has their own ways of putting it out there. Well, everybody, make sure you catch Chaplin. Get Chaplin out there. Has a great ministry. Don't push people. A lot of ministers out there like to push people away. Try to define them and tell them what to do and how to do it. Chaplin's more or less my style. Let people decide on your own, and you study it, learn it, do what you believe between you and the Lord. He tells it like it is. Does services for the people in the nursing home on Sunday. He's not going to have a everyday schedule like he was. He's going to certain days, so you have to check his webpage and see when his schedule is. But folks, it's about time for Kelly to come on. So out of courtesy, I usually sign off, let her have her time. If I run over, I tell people if you watch her, go ahead and go do it. But I'm running out of spiel today, and nobody's joining in. So I love each and every one of you. I do this for everybody and my own satisfaction, my own well-being. Hey, Tommy, good to see you. Glad to have you here. I was just talking about you earlier, telling everybody to come see you. You tell all the national news, let everybody know what's going on nationally, and post the links on it. Good job there. Good job. And even if you have your websites out there, if you don't see me, I'm probably there. I'm probably watching. A lot of times I just don't. It don't like my name. It don't like my name for sure. That's all right. As long as you don't call me late for dinner. Yeah, I wonder my lizard's still up. Yeah, my lizard's still up there. I don't think I can get the camera where you can see it, but up, up. Like, there he is. Oh, bright light. But he sits there and listens to me every day for, I swear, about 2 weeks now. And he likes to get on Bella's lap when she's sitting here, antagonize her. But she's getting used to him. She is getting used to him. Yeah, everybody hop over to Tommy's channel. You got the link, and I can get it real quick here, I think. Usually puts it in. Blind. There we go. Good to have you, Malcolm. You all take care of England. Take care of England. We'll help you out from this side of the pond. Yeah, he always stays here. I guess the light here attracts his meals, so he likes it here. I know he don't like me. It's not just me, but he's my attraction here. There it is. The Bill of Rights and English Constitution, Christian values. That's all we need, as well as getting rid of the GB, UK, British, Bidens, and Trudeau. All of them. Way to go, Navi. Yep, we got to get rid of all of them. All of them. I was watching some Canadian sites earlier today and last night, and everybody's in the same boat. I mean, it's everything. It's Biden. It's Trudeau. It's all of our leaders are corrupt to the core. We've got to get rid of them. We got to get better people. It just no ifs, ands, or buts. We got to stand up, stand tall. And I was watching Tommy last night and talking about all the different politicians up there in Canada. They're all atheists. You're right, all atheists. Get rid of all the woke politicians. I mean, they're all the same. They use the same talking points and everything. Even the Soviets are better, Nobby. The Soviets are better than these people. And that's bad. That is bad. I mean, word is that Trudeau is a Soviet offspring, so yeah, go figure. Go figure. And it looks like it's true. I would say, good percentage that it is totally that way. He is an offspring. But we're in a world of hurt. And if we don't correct it, do something about it, woe is us. Woe is us. I mean, we have to grab a hold of it, fight it with everything we got. And like I say, everybody, get out there, tell all your leaders, email them, write them, text them, tell them, hey, we're not going to take it anymore. We're done. Either do it or you're out, and find a way to get them out. Find a way to get them out. Okay, Kelly's on. Well, I'll call it a day too. I'll let everybody get over there to them. Yeah, we got rid of most of the Nazis, but we still have them out there. We still have stragglers. Unfortunately, I saw them here locally not too long ago. We got to get rid of all of them. We got to end it all, and we have to do it ourselves. We can't count on everybody. We have to We have to draw the line in the sand and do it ourselves. That's all there is to it. Start with us. Work our way out. Get our voice heard. Well, everybody, until the next time, which will probably be Wednesday, y'all have a good day. God love you. Pray for everybody. Pray for the world. Love you guys. See you later.